Welcome to the Liberty Hour screencast. This will be a short tutorial where you can learn more about Liberty Hour, as well as see how to check assignments and assign yourselves using our LEH calendar system. I hope this video will help improve your Liberty Hour experience. By now you should have heard what Liberty Hour is, but I'll reiterate that Liberty Hour is primarily an academic time designed specifically to give students freedom during the day to seek academic support. We also have many clubs and activities that meet during this time, so we encourage you to get socially involved as well, provided that you're in good academic standing. This tutorial will show you exactly how to use the LEH system so that you can make efficient use of your Liberty Hour time in order to thrive this school year. There are two major components that we use to help students be aware of their Liberty Hour opportunities. The first is your school Gmail, where you will receive notifications from teachers if you're assigned. Please make it a habit to check your email every morning so that you don't miss anything important from teachers, including LEH assignments. We also use the LEH system, which can be found on our school website. You can watch as I navigate the system, or I'll give you a second to get there and log into the system with me. When you head to our school website, you're going to scroll over to Student Life and then scroll down to Liberty Hour and click there. You'll now see the Liberty Hour page pop up, and you'll see some buttons on the right-hand side. Today we're going to focus mostly on the LEH button, but you'll also see the club schedule and some weekly planners that you can use to help stay digitally organized. The club schedule is always being updated, so if you don't see your favorite club listed, check back soon or email Mr. McDormand with questions if you have any. Right now we're going to click on the yellow LEH button. You'll get to your login page. Go ahead and bookmark this page. This is a page that you should come to every single day to check your LEH standing. Once you've done that, you can log in. You're going to log in using your school username and password. When you do that, you'll come to a calendar. This is a tool you'll use to make the most of Liberty Hour this year. First thing I'm going to do is show you how to assign yourself. One thing to note is that you can't assign yourself to the next day within a 24-hour window. Since today is August 16th, I'm looking over here at August 17th. Since it's within 24 hours, I'm not able to assign to August 17th. You can hear me clicking. Some students get in and they try to click the next day and they think that the system is broke, so they give up. But just remember, you can't click on the next day or the current day. So we're going to have to go ahead and look forward to August 20th, the next school day. We're going to pretend that we have Liberty Hour the 20th, and I'll show you how to assign yourself to a class. Let's say that I'm a student and I know that I need some help understanding the latest lesson in geometry. Mr. McDormand is my geometry teacher, and we have a huge test coming up, so I know that I really need to go see him. Monday is the first available date, so I click on Monday the 20th. When I do that, a little box pops up that asks for the teacher name and a note for why I'm asking for this Liberty Hour. I start to type in his last name, and his name pops up. Go ahead and click it, and below that, I type a note saying why I want to come to his Liberty Hour. I'll say test review. These notes help teachers know why you want to come to their Liberty Hour, and it helps them prepare their time so that when you're there, you can get the most out of your time at Liberty Hour. When you're done with that, you can go ahead and click Add. When I do that, it's going to show up as a gray box on my calendar as the student, and at the same time, it sends the teacher an email. So now I'm going to scroll over and show you what it looks like on the teacher end. This will tell them to go to this email that they receive, shown here. Will tell them that they need to go to their calendar and either approve or deny the assignment request. So now I'm going to log in as Mr. McDormand and show you what it looks like. So Mr. McDormand received an assignment request, and he logs in here, and he can either type in the student name or he can go to assignments, and those will show up there. So this is Mr. McDormand's LEH calendar showing that the student requested time in his Liberty Hour. So he will click here, and he can either allow or deny. If a teacher isn't available that day, or they'd rather you come another day because maybe they're already full, they'll deny your request and you'll get an email. But more often than not, teachers will accept your requests and it will show on your schedule. Remember to check your schedule every morning so that you're making your assigned tutoring sessions. If you miss an assigned session, a phone call will go home, and if you miss more than a couple sessions, you'll be visiting with an administrator. So please show up and use the time that you're being given wisely. I'll show you now what it looks like. So Mr. McDormand clicks Allow, and it shows up blue on his calendar. Now when you go back to yours, it should send you an email, but it will also show up on your calendar when you log back in or click refresh. So now you see that the 20th, you're expected to be in Mr. McDormand's Liberty Hour for geometry test review. That is how you assign yourself. You can go through and you can assign yourself to any teacher you want as far out as you want. You can go all the way through the whole school year. So if you want to make a recurring calendar invite, you can go through and you can do like every Tuesday if you want to see the same teacher. We do ask that you leave some days open so that if teachers need to assign you, they can do that as well. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like when a teacher assigns you from your end. So let's go in here and say Mr. McDormand wants to assign this test student to another tutoring session. They go in and follow much the same process you do. They enter the name, and that student's calendar pops up. They're going to go ahead and click the date that works best for them. Hopefully they work that out with you in advance so that you know that you can come in as well. They click a date and they'll tell you why they've assigned you, much like you could write them a note. So let's say Mr. McDormand assigns next Friday to this student. And he puts Chapter 2 review. Teachers can assign you for a full Liberty Hour time, the first half, or the second half. Please remember though, if you start in an academic space, you're expected to stay in that space unless you have a pink pass allowing you to go to another teacher. You can also show your Liberty Hour calendar to the teacher you're in if you have another teacher that's assigned you, and you can go that way as well. But you may not pass back to the Commons if you start in a Liberty Hour space, classroom space. Another expectation is that if you have a D or an F in any class, you go to that Liberty Hour. If you have multiple low grades, you go where you're assigned, or you go to the lowest grade and begin working yourself back to passing. So right here, I'll show you when Mr. McDormand assigns a student. We'll say a full day. He clicks Add. Mr. McDormand can now click any days he wants you to come to his Liberty Hour. So we'll say he wants you to be there also the 28th and the 30th. So he's now assigning you to 3 days. Mr. McDormand needs to go up and click Submit or else it won't go through. This will now show up blue on his calendar, and it will shoot you emails letting you know that you've been assigned to those days, and it will also populate on your LEH calendar. Please remember to check your email and your LEH calendar regularly. The excuse that you didn't check your email is no longer valid because we're wired and connected every day and you have a personal device. So please be aware of your LEH schedule and use it to your advantage this school year. Have a great day. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Mr. McDormand at any time. Thanks.